This is the Priestcast. I'm Father Adam Ahern. Father Michael Kuchar, how are you?
Father Ahern, a happy Wednesday to you. I'm doing well, thank you.
A happy Wednesday to you as well.
Yeah, it is a good day. It's a good Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm meeting today, this afternoon. I have a lot of meetings in the morning, but in the afternoon, I have something on my calendar as I look at it that kind of excites me.
What's that?
I'm going to one of our assisted living facilities, and I'm going to meet with an individual who is not Catholic,
Okay.
but who I think would like to be.
Oh, nice.
I have this on good authority. I've met the individual one time, and but there can be a lot of really powerful evangelizing work going on in nursing homes. Not just like with our own people.
Oh, absolutely. Not too long ago, I did a baptism, confirmation, the whole works for a lady who was in a nursing home who just got to know the person, one of the people that brings communion to the sick there. Just started talking with her, and over time, that person, just talked to them about the faith and shared it and everything like that, and it came to the point where they were like, "Well, I want to become Catholic." So, went through as much of the process as we could, given the limitations.
Yes.
And then in the end, brought them into the church. And when I asked the person what confirmation name they wanted to take, they said, "Well, I'm going to take the saint that I know best." And they named the person who had been bringing them communion, or had been like the person they had first talked to. They said, "That's the most saintly person I've ever met." So I want to take their name as my confirmation name.
Oh my gosh!
Luckily, it was already a saint name, right? But still, it's like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that really is beautiful. I mean, that person brought them to the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So it is kind of beautiful. It's one of those things that we can remind folks of. Like sometimes they get to an assisted living facility and they don't really want to be there. Maybe their kids made them go or whatever. And it's one of those, you have a mission here. Like there's a mission here. And so embrace it, love it. God can do amazing things through you. We had a priest in the diocese who used to spend a lot of time, Father Don Quinn. He used to spend so much time in nursing homes, just talking with people, walking. I don't even know if we're really supposed to do that, but kind of walk from room to room to room. And he just loved it. And a lot of people converted through that.
Oh, wow.
So
would you ever consider living in a nursing home?
Well, I tell you one thing. Sometimes I go in those, not necessarily nursing homes, but assisted living places, and I'm like, wow, this is nice. There's an ice cream machine. There's a nice library area. There's comfy chairs everywhere. I'm thinking, this ain't bad.
No, I think there's some that are very nice, and like maybe there's something can be worked out to where if you celebrate daily mass there, they let you live there for free or something, right?
Well, that has happened in many cases with some priests.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our priests, some of our priests, at least a good handful, will live at the place on 86th Street by St. Vincent Paul's Hospital, or St. Vincent Hospital, run by the Little Sisters, the St. Augustine home. That's a common place for some priests to go.
Oh, you're talking about in Indianapolis, because I don't live there.
Because you're the way the heck down there.
Uh-huh.
You don't have an 86th Street. You got like a 5th Street. That's about it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Father Ahern, so let's discuss a couple Lenten practices of Saint Jean-Marie Baptiste Vianney.
Okay, what Lenten practices are these?
So the first two, we're just gonna that we'll talk about today, and then there's I think three more Trochu talks about here. He does make mention of how Vianney observed Lent, and the first two things which we'll talk about today, he just kind of went a little bit above and beyond what he normally did, which I think is maybe not a bad way to think about Lent. Sometimes we think about like, let's have to come up with something really unique and all this, but really to enter into the character of Lent, as we talked about yesterday, in Vianney's day, it wasn't so much a thing of what are you giving up for Lent? What do you get? It was everybody kind of did the same thing, but you also, and Vianney showed the people, you got to enter into the character of Lent. You got to go into this, the spirituality of fasting and all these things. So, of course, he already lived it pretty good. But the first one that Trochu talks about here, he says, during one Lent, Vianney lived entirely on boiled potatoes that were kept in a sack in the presbytery. A visitor discovered they had rotted. Some had turned black and smelled foul. Horrified, the visitor begged the curé to eat something else. But Vianney quietly answered that good food was not necessary for a priest who must be doing penance for sinners. So he took the potato thing, but he did it even more, and
was eating rotting potatoes.
But it was kind of a silent, by this point, it appears that the visitor, it was not like Lent had just started, that was, and no, Vianney hadn't told anybody, that he was doing this, just quietly interceding, quietly doing his fasting, quietly doing his penance. But he took his normal thing and made it just a little bit more extreme.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Number two, Father Ahern, we know that he would spend quite a bit of time in the confessional. But during one Lent, actually, it appears that it was kind of like an every Lent kind of thing. He expanded it all. So he would rise at 1 or 2 a.m., and he would pray, and then he would spend between 16 and 18 hours hearing confessions. And during that time, of course, he would not really eat much. But what happened was, according to Trochu, during these Lenten extreme confession times, that a lot of witnesses said that the hardened sinners broke first. And Vianney believed that a priest must suffer so that his people can return. So I like this because it's taking, like, his fasting was not withdrawal. It was going out. Mm-hmm. It was a pastoral accessibility that he was aiming for here. Sometimes our fastings can turn us in on ourselves, or they can become, instead of bridges, like a good Lenten penance should be a bridge between us and God, between us and people. It should not be a wall, and like in the classic example I remember they gave us in seminary one time was, don't give up coffee if that's going to make you a really hard person to live with in this community. Like, that's not a good penance for you, because it's making you less charitable. It's making you less of it's a big wall. It's not a bridge that connects you to God and other people. It's actually like, doing the opposite there.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And like when we do a fast, it should ultimately lead to a freedom, not a deeper enslavement.
I like that.
Like it's when we have a fast, when we, like, say someone gives up Diet Coke, right? You hear that one often. You should, by the end of that fast, you should feel like, you know what? I don't need to have a Diet Coke, or I can't wait to get a Diet Coke, right? It should be like, I don't
I've
need to
learned
have
that I
it.
don't really need Diet Coke.
I don't. Not only do I not need it, but like, you know what? I could have one. I could drink half of it and dump the rest down the sink, and I'm okay with that, right? I mean, like any fast that we have should involve something like that, right? Like it should set us free from that thing, and not
Let me give
and not like make it so that, like, halfway through the fast we're shivering and shaking because we need a Diet Coke, right? That's a problem.
Yeah. On that note, let me give you an example that we're not very far into Lent, but one of the things that I'm doing is I'm keeping my phone not in my bedroom, but in my bathroom, so that I can hear it if it rings and it's something in the middle of the night.
Yep.
I can hear it, but I'm not tempted to pick it up and scroll or anything. And when I wake up in the morning, I don't look at it until I've done my morning holy hour. I don't even pick it up. And it's so beautiful. Like, it actually is a very freeing thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's awesome.
I like it, Father Ahern. So Vianney shows us these principles of fasting, and it's actually very much in line with that one preface. I love the Lenten prefaces at Mass.
Oh yeah.
But there's one about, you willed that fasting should, it gives us like some of the objectives of fast. I wish I had my Roman Missal in here. Should humble our sinful pride, contribute to the feeding of the poor, and so help us to imitate you in your kindness through Christ our Lord. Something along those lines. Like, I really think like and Vianney's Lenten penances here were very humble. They were very quiet. They were very much in line with, this is going to humble me. It's going to make me more present to people. It's going to free me, and it's going to help me to free others as well. And it's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, Father Ahern. Well, we got 3 more to talk about tomorrow, so we'll do
I love it. I look forward to it.
Father Ahern. Say, Johnny.
Pray for us.